nature. Anytime, I'm here.
First, thank you so much for doing this interview with me. I know this is a busy time for you. It's a crazy busy time for me, too, especially because as we speak, we're leading up to what I like to call the Summer Sizzler happening at Young Dundas Square, Chevy Music Indie Fridays. We started off, as we speak, last week, and it was huge. It's even going to get better because you're one of the performers who's going to be performing this week. How does it feel being up on that big stage, man? How does it feel knowing that you're going to be having all those fans out there to hear your music?
Feels great. I love performing outside, love hearing my music outside, checking all the boxes. It's a great celebration.
Well, you know what? When it comes to celebration and great boxes, that's what you're about, too. I had a chance to listen to your music. You have this smooth groove, hip-hop kind of thing that it's so hard to describe. But the only way I can put it, though, is, like I said, smooth groove, but also there's a conscience. And there's a message behind there. And you got to listen to it because what happens is you start getting to your music and you almost want to drift away with this, man. How did you come up with a style like that?
I'd like to say it's from all my years of enjoying music, like taking bits and pieces from all the music I love and combining that with my personality, and then you have me.
When did the love of music start for you? And also I'm trying to figure out, were you originally from England or you from Mississauga? Like, give me the whole rundown on that.
So I was born in Bristol, England, and I moved to Canada at the tender age of 12. And I've kind of been back and forth since. I was living over there recently, as last year. But, yeah, my musical influences range from, like, British dance electronic music and Canadian rap to Southern rap, West Coast rap, indie rock, so yeah, it gets down.
Now, just so you know, me originally Hackney. I was born there. So
Hackney?
Yes.
Okay, so you know.
So, but here's the thing, though. I came here when I was very young, so I don't have that much influence from over there. You coming here at 12 years old, what was that transition like? Especially because, let's face it, the English language is different. The culture is different. There are so many things are different. I mean, I can turn around and say to somebody like trousers, and that means something completely different. Or you know what I'm talking about. So, what was the transition like for you as a child coming here and then starting to get the influence of the Canadian and, of course, as we're very much influenced, the American style of music?
It was, in terms of just lifestyle transition, it was rough at first because my accent and, I called things different names, so I stuck out a lot. But as soon as I started to, I guess, discover the Canadian music scene, this was around the time it was Baby Blue Sound Crew. And I was in Rexdale then, so I remember them passing out the CDs at the Humber College basketball tournaments and then, Cardinal, Socrates. And I started to develop a sense of pride of, like, being the underdog. So I'm like, yeah, America doesn't know about Canada or England. They don't know about any of our artists. So then I started to, connect with other people and got very comfortable, started making music.
Now, when did the conscious part, like, a lot of people tend to, gravitate to what works for them when it comes to music, whether it be love songs, whether it be talking about what's going on the streets and things like that. You, of course, went into the sort of conscious effect. How did that come about?
You know what? Now in thinking back to it, I think it was my childhood watching a lot of kung fu movies, like like Bruce Lee. So, just the Zen spiritual monk side of things, and that. And I was told young when I was listening to gangster rap that that's not your life, that's their life. You can listen to the music, but that's not the life you're going to live. So I kind of had a perspective early on and just incorporated it into my music.
And again, when we're talking about your music too, this isn't something that, is, I can't even say it's all about the beats because, like I said, you end up in this not just lyrically, but musical journey too. Something like when you talk about, I think of the Beatles, Lonely Hearts Club Band, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. It's that kind of a journey. Did you realize what you were connecting together like I said, lyrically and musically? Because it's not something you hear on the radio all the time, but when you hear it, you never forget it.
Yeah. I think it's my love of film, my love of production. Like, I really enjoy all the layers to creating the music and just trying to make it as visual, and then, you know, incorporating my perspective and trying to get tricky with my wordplay or paint pictures with words and go on a journey, you know.
What's the latest album called, and what's it about?
Latest album's called Young Zen Mode, and it's really about me finding my personal balance between life and music and what it means, like what success means to me and how to maintain that. And also it's like the beginning of a new side of myself where I work with artists and I kind of share that vision with them and help them achieve their dreams and goals.
Now, you told me earlier the new single, is it Nature? What is it called again?
Nature, yep.
Nature. What's Nature about? Same thing?
Similar thing. It's my goal to get more people outside and appreciate the outdoors. I've always been an outdoors kind of guy, but I didn't really see myself in a lot of the outdoors media, being a young black boy, and now I'm just trying to share who I've been my whole life, but also kind of get more people to enjoy being outside throughout the year, not just in the summer.
What's sense for? What's it meant for? Copper chain of praying temples. I locate the highest form just by sitting in the middle. Not by rapping, but it's so. What you think this living for? I suggest we sync up, link up more. Sync up, link up more. Sync up, link up more. I suggest we sync up, link up more. Sync up, link up more. Nature.
What's the performance going to be like when you're at Young Dundas Square?
I'm kind of going to turn it into a medley of all my favorite songs that I love performing and some from the new record. But like I said, it's going to be a celebration of my music and my favorite tracks to date, you know?
Looking forward to it. I'm going to be the one who gets to introduce you to everyone, so I'm looking forward to that. But for folks who want to be introduced to you, your music, wherever you are around the world, where do we go social media-wise to follow you?
Keita Juma. If you put Keita Juma on Instagram, on Twitter, you'll find me. I'm most active on Instagram, though, you know, sharing stories of my cooking and just being outside. So come follow me. We'll have fun.
Fantastic. Looking forward to it. Look, thank you so much for making time to speak with me. Looking forward to hearing your performance and just everything that you're doing in promoting not just Canadian music, but music internationally, too.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.